How's it going, everybody? Today I'm going to be making predictions for who these teams will be hiring as their next head coach. And so, without further ado, let's get into it. I'm going to start off with the Atlanta Falcons. I think they will be hiring Ben Johnson. He's a great offensive mind for the Detroit Lions right now. He has Jared Goff looking better than ever. Um, Arthur Smith didn't live up to expectations with the weapons that he had in Drake London, Bijan Robinson, and Kyle Pitts. I think that a guy like Ben Johnson could really improve those players. And with a good young quarterback in that situation, I think that would also help. And I think Ben Johnson's just a perfect fit there. Second, let's go to the Las Vegas Raiders. I think that they should keep Antonio Pierce. He has been their interim head coach, and he has done really well. The team loves him. He's a great leader. The defense has been really good with him as the head coach, and I think that he's just a perfect fit there. Um, they are interested in Jim Harbaugh, but ultimately, I think the players want Antonio Pierce, and I think that's the way they should go. Um, I have Jim Harbaugh going somewhere else, so um, I just think that Antonio Pierce is a perfect fit there, and I think the players would be very upset if they did not bring him in, especially with how it went after they didn't keep Rich Bisaccia a couple years ago. All right, now we're going to move on to the Los Angeles Chargers, where I have them bringing in Jim Harbaugh. As I'm recording this, last night, him and Michigan just won the national championship, and I think that solidifies him coming to the NFL. I think he has nothing left to prove in college football, so I think he ultimately wants to come back to the NFL anyway. Um, he's a great coach. I think any team would love to have him. In this case, I think the Chargers should bring him in. I think it's a perfect fit there with Justin Herbert. I think he can help turn that franchise around. They've always had bad luck, haven't done a lot in the playoffs. Um, I think they need a proven winner, and Jim Harbaugh is exactly that. So I think that's just a perfect fit there. Um, I think that, especially in division where the Raiders want him, I think the Chargers would be more inclined to go get him. And I think there is some mutual interest there. So I think that's the perfect fit for Jim Harbaugh and the Chargers. Next, I have the Washington Commanders bringing in, well, promoting Eric Bieniemy to head coach. He's their offensive coordinator right now. Um, he spent many years in Kansas City with the Chiefs. He was very successful there. He helped develop Patrick Mahomes. Um, he helped get the Chiefs to the two Super Bowls. Well, three Super Bowls, two Super Bowl wins. Um, I think Bieniemy has been wanting a head coach job for years, has been deserving of a head coaching job for years, and this year with Washington, he was given the chance to prove that he can do it without Andy Reid, and I think he did a good enough job with the players that he was dealing with. Obviously, Sam Howell's not a franchise quarterback. Um, he's a solid quarterback, but not top level guy. So I think if they get one of those in this year's draft, Bieniemy can help turn that franchise around. All right, next I've got Bill Belichick heading to the Carolina Panthers. I know it's a bold move, but I don't think he's going back to New England. I think it's a perfect time for New England to find a new coach. I think it's a perfect time for Belichick to move on to a new place. I think a change of scenery will help him out. Um, I feel like with a proven head coach there in Carolina, it can bring some stability to that organization who's going through a number of head coaches in the last couple of years. Um, I think Belichick can keep owner David Tepper in his place. Um, and I think that's what that organization needs. Um, I think maybe Belichick brings Josh McDaniels with him to develop Bryce Young, and I think that would be great for both parties. Um, yeah, I think, and Belichick being from Nashville, Tennessee, it's pretty close to home, you know. I think it makes a lot of sense there. All right, next we've got Mike Vrabel headed to New England to replace Bill Belichick. And just before I started recording, actually, Mike Vrabel did get fired by the Titans. Um, and I think that he's the perfect fit to replace Belichick in New England. I mean, he played there for multiple years. Um, he kind of has that same mentality as Belichick. He wants to win. Um, he's a player's coach. Players like him. Um, he has that like fire inside of him that players love. And I mean, he knows the Patriot way. He's a perfect fit in my opinion. And I think it makes almost too much sense for him to not go back to New England. I mean, he was just inducted into the Patriots Hall of Fame recently, and I think Robert Kraft loves him. So I think if there's anyone to replace Bill Belichick, Mike Vrabel is the perfect guy. And then I've got Dan Quinn replacing Mike Vrabel in Tennessee. I think this one makes a lot of sense too because Dan Quinn and Mike Vrabel are very similar. Both defensive guys. Dan Quinn's leading a very good defense in Dallas. Um, Quinn obviously has coaching experience with Atlanta. Led him to a Super Bowl. Didn't go well, but he got there. Um, I think he deserves another head coaching job. I think he could have had one last year, but he chose not to. This year, I think will be different, especially if the Cowboys are an early exit in the playoffs. Um, but I think Dan Quinn is a very good head coach, and I think it makes a lot of sense for Tennessee. Um, I think that Tennessee would want to bring in another proven head coach because um, you with an organization like that, they haven't had a lot of success in their short time in the NFL, and they want to win a Super Bowl. You want to prove yourself in the league, and I think Tennessee would want to do that by bringing in Dan Quinn. All right, that is going to wrap up this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like down below if you liked the video. Let me know down below in the comment section who you think will be hired to what team, and subscribe for more NFL content. See you next time.